Well, here on Veterans One, we love to talk about empowering VA home ownership. And so today we have brought in the expert in this. Not only is she a dynamo, completely experienced, well-known and accomplished real estate agent, she's also a veteran herself in both the Army and Navy. So excited to introduce to you Ms. Gerri-Lynn.
Hi.
Hi there, great to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
I'm excited our viewers get to hear from you. You're a friend of mine, so this is fun, but you are such a known expert, and I would love, first of all, for you to touch a little bit on your backstory. You served in two branches and used the VA loan yourself. Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
I served in the Army for 5 years, and then I served in the Navy for 4.5 years. And when I was in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and I was a single parent, and nobody would rent to me because it was the 80s, and I was a single parent.
Isn't that mind-boggling?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
And I guess they thought that, a toddler would cramp the swinging single scene at the apartment complexes.
I was going to run the barbecues.
Go figure. So, against family advice, I used my VA loan and purchased a condo.
Wow. There's so many complexities there that I hope we've evolved from. First of all, the fact that you couldn't get rent into. Second of all, that you were actually being advised not to use your VA loan.
Exactly. And when I actually left that duty station and went on to my next one, I couldn't sell the condo for what I paid for it. So I turned it into a rental property. Because VA loans is the intent to live there. Well, I fulfilled that. I was assigned there. I lived there.
Yeah.
Now I used it as a rental property. And years later, sold it with somebody else basically paying my mortgage and had it free and clear.
That was the smartest thing you did at that time.
It was.
I mean, that's huge. Besides serving, of course, being a mom and all the other things you were doing, you were pretty savvy already.
Well, and that's what I kind of look at the VA loan is OPM, other people's money.
Right.
And that's no money down. And, and I've had clients that I've worked with, and they've used their VA loans. And I said to them, years from now, you're going to call me and say, thank you. This was the smartest thing I did. When they can buy a place for no money down, and then their BHA, their housing allowance, equals what their mortgage payment is. I mean, come on, this is smart use of money.
And you've seen this over and over again. You've been in real estate for
19 years.
Yes, quite some time, right? So you've watched this come around full circle. And I want to go in a little bit on the misconceptions. And I can't believe that even today we're still talking about these things. But what is your obstacle out there that you still see with the VA loan, with sellers, with the real estate community? What takes place?
Actually, I've seen two obstacles, and one just happened. I just thought of it, and this is the last deal I closed. So client is a retired Navy captain. They own a home in another neighborhood, and they're going to remodel it. So it's going to be inhabitable for about a year. So they had paid off their VA loan on that home and refinanced, and we're going to use their VA loan to buy a 3-bedroom condo in Cardiff by the Sea for $6-something.
Okay.
Still within the VA guidelines of $690. The underwriters were giving them a hard time and said, well, you shouldn't be allowed to use your VA loan because you already live in an affluent community.
I'm
mind-boggling.
Where is that in the guidelines?
Exactly. And it's like, I'm sorry, this guy served in Iraq. He's a physician. He did his 20-something years. Why can't he use his VA loan?
Why can't he keep using it over and over again?
So the good news is that it got closed, and they now have this home that they're going to be living in, for a year or so while their home is being remodeled.
Oh my!
Or actually being demolished and built.
Wow. What's another thing that you see?
Agents at the other end that have no experience with VA loans just make it's mind-boggling. It's like, oh no, I don't want to accept it. So I always.
Why?
It's interesting because when we had the financial crisis several years ago, the VA loans were not the cause of that.
Exactly.
Because the people, when you think about it, the people in the military, they have this code of honor and ethics and integrity. So they're going to pay their bills.
Right.
I have a rental property right now, and I would rent to a military person time and time again because I know their rent's going to get paid.
Right.
And they know that if it doesn't get paid, they know what to do, So, just a phone call to the commanding officer.
So to all of our viewers out there, especially the real estate community, stop doing this.
Stop.
Stop.
It is just mind-boggling. And it's interesting because I have a listing in Imperial Beach that is a Navy kid. Sorry, didn't mean to insult him.
He's a young man.
He's as old as my son, so he's like a kid.
They're all kids to us. I have adult
You know,
sons too, so I say
do,
that.
and that's, and I love working with my young military people. It's because I treat them like they're my own children.
Right.
And it's not meant to be a snide comment. It's just loving. And I want to take care of these people. These people take
Right.
care of us. I want to take care of them.
That's why you're the best.
And so here he is. So he's active duty, and now an active duty couple came in with a VA loan to buy his house, and it's like,
oh, that's
let's
great.
just get this done.
See, this doesn't have to be that hard.
No, it's not. It's not. And one of the things that I always write in my contracts when I'm doing a VA loan is no cost to the seller. It's not going to cost the seller any extra money. I think that's what they have, this misconception that the seller is going to have to pay for things, and
But
it
what
doesn't
about
have
the
to be.
appraisal? Isn't that what we always hear?
It's the same appraisers. It's the same appraisers. So this house in IB, Imperial Beach, it actually, because I represent the seller, I don't know what the appraisal actually came in, but I spoke to the lender yesterday, and he said, yeah, it looks like it actually came in a little bit higher.
Wow.
So
we need to get the word out more to the real estate community. It's got to stop. We need to accept those offers. We need to help our veterans get into homes. You're such a perfect example, which is why you're so loved and such an expert out there for us, especially in the San Diego real estate community. Just tell us briefly a little bit more about that listing. We may have a buyer watching.
Oh, I've got a great listing. It's in Imperial Beach, 1650 Seacoast Drive, Unit A, and it's listed at $675, so it meets your VA price point of $690 with no money down, and it's on the beach. And it has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, about 806 square feet. It faces the estuary, and then your backyard, you just walk a couple of steps and you're at the Pacific Ocean, so you can hike the estuary or you can surf in the backyard. It's a great piece of property, and it would be a great starter home.
Oh, it's perfect. And a military or veteran can buy it. Active
Yes.
duty, veteran, it's ready to go.
Absolutely. And
Awesome.
and it'd be one that you'd want to hang on to for a while and come back and retire there as your vacation home.
Exactly. I'll take it.
Okay. Let's write it up.
Gerri-Lynn, you're such an expert and you're such a delight, and I hope that our viewers love you as much as I do and got to really see your heart and passion. And thank you for all of your service.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Appreciate you
My
being an
pleasure.
expert. Will you come back on another time and talk about this some more?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Look forward to that.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more Veterans One.